Walker from quitting. Because when at that time you went on to the sheriff department, the first place you went was to the jail. You had to work the jail for the first year you was on the sheriff department. It's not that way anymore. And Roger was ready to quit and leave there. And every time I'd go in and work, because Roger liked to eat, you know. And his problem was he wasn't getting to go home and getting on a very good cooked meal, or he couldn't go to the restaurant. He's eating that food they were serving in jail. So about twice a week I go in there and make sure he got some good food, and he stayed in there until he got on the street. And the first time he was on the street, he about killed me. Because we was going on an emergency out at Harristown. The first thing he did, he turned on his red light and siren and blew through a light that was on red for us and green for the other way. I said, now, just a minute, you're out of jail now. Now, we don't want to go to the cemetery. Them red lights do not give you the right of way. They just give you emergency reason you're coming. They don't give you the right to go through them intersection that way. He said, I know that. I said, okay. Another thing that I want to say is, I personally been on the city real hard about hiring people to work for the city of Decatur, or work for the police department, or work for the fire department. Right now, our city has 202 people work for the city of Decatur that don't even live in the city. Don't even live in the city. 85 of them is police officers. Our new chief of police don't live in the city of Decatur. And that is a requirement, but there's some kind of way they find a way of waiving it where he don't live in the city of Decatur. We got 50 firemen that live out of the city of Decatur. I mean, these high-dollar people. Now, deputy chief of police make $103,000 a year. A lieutenant makes $93,000. Sergeants make $85,000. Your fire department, you got $83,000 for your captain. Your lieutenants is $68,000. Inspectors, got 3 inspectors don't live in the city of Decatur. Their salary is $83,000 a year. I personally went to Springfield because I had a friend who was a police officer in Springfield, and his son is a policeman over there. His dad retired now, but he's still a policeman there. And his son was interested in going into police work. And I personally got him to put an application in the city of Decatur, and he did. He was doing real well. Matter of fact, he was so proud he thought he was going to be hired by the city of Decatur. At the last minute, they found a reason not to hire this young man. And I know he was qualified. Come from a good police family. But they just hired 9 police officers and put them on the street. They just hired them. 2 of them is women. None of them are black. That's a disgrace and a shame. Now, I brought this up because, like I said, I've been hollering and working hard trying to get these people to do things right. But one person hollering I got one white brother, he's with me all the time, though. He goes there, and when I'm hollering, he's right there, and when he's hollering, I'm with him. But we need more people to show up to the city of Decatur, and we definitely need you to be noticeable when people's running for office. Our city manager is aware that he came from Springfield. He knew that kid came from a police background. But some reason or another, at the last minute, they chose not to hire him. And I said this, I could have went to work for the sheriff department at any time I wanted to because I had the training, I had the experience, I had the years, all from volunteering. But at that time, they was only paying about $25,000, $29,000 a year, and I couldn't buy me a new Harley and a new house and cars and all that money. So I had to have a better job. So if any of you young men out there would ever go down there and apply for being an auxiliary police officer or deputy, that might be the way to get some of us in there. And I just pray that everybody here listening to this, nobody never go to the jail. That's the worst place in the world that you could ever go. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about. But train yourself to stay out of jail, especially the young men out here, because it's easy to get in jail. And I just open my heart up to all of you, and let's fight for the city of Decatur, because none of these people is paying anything on their salary. They're not paying anything on their pensions. They're not paying anything on their benefits, because all that come out of your real estate property tax. They're not paying anything on anything they take home back out of this city at night. Nothing. So everybody needs to think about that when they're going home and tell their neighbor, we got 202 people who work for the city of Decatur, ain't paying nothing on their salary. We paying their salary, and they don't put anything back into it. Most of y'all probably didn't know that, but it's true. So with the blessing of the good Lord, and if anybody out here ever needs the sun to shine, talk to Sherry over there. Because it was raining when I got here this morning. Right here it was raining. And she showed up and she said, "Oh, the sun's going to shine." I said, "I don't know." She got on the phone, sun came out. So, thank you.